YouTube? Rook here from Rook, Geek, and this is my little channel on the interweb for all things geeky and cool. And I want to talk about the Predator 2 City Hunter Predator from Neca. As I talked about near the end of my month-end review, I said last Thursday, which was last week, I was going to put out this review, and I had to scrap the review. And just to let my subscribers know what happened. You might be saying, Rook, you said you're going to do this Predator 2 review. What happened to it? Well, here's the story about Predator 2's Neca City Hunter. There's a lot that happened with this video, and I'll kind of just go along and tell you, just to get you guys caught up to speed, why I didn't put that video up on Thursday, and I'm not going to. And here's the reason why. I actually picked this figure up, like I said, a few weeks ago. This is actually the second Predator 2 figure I picked up of this identical sculpt. The very first one, I took it out of the box a few days ago, and the shoulder pauldron, which is this piece right here, this shoulder armor, was off in the box, meaning it was missing, it was detached. It was actually in the bottom of the box. It wasn't hooked up like it should have been. So I said, you know what, maybe I can make it work. I thought maybe it clipped into place, and it did not, unfortunately. It was a bad quality control issue, the bad QC issue with that particular Predator. I talked to my local comic store, in this case it was Tate's Comics. No issue with Tate's Comics. They were very, very receptive. They knew what was going on. They know me. I do a lot of business with them. They actually support my channel. So they are all no issues, no problems. I exchanged it out for this version that you see here. This would be number 2, the second Predator 2 City Hunter figure. So I took it out of the packaging, and I was in the middle of shooting my video on Thursday. I had the intro shot. I was finishing up the breakdown, which was about halfway through the breakdown. I was going through the accessories. Well, there were some problems that happened with the accessories. First and foremost, let's actually take a look at what happened. Again, for my new subscribers, know I don't do a rant. I don't get mad at my videos. I decided this is a rant video. This is me telling you guys what's going on. I'm not happy with what happened with Neca, and this is a bad quality control issue. There are 4 problems on this figure. So first, let's actually go through a breakdown of what happened. If you look here, this bomb plate, which is this is the gimmick that Predators normally have. There's actually a plate that swivels open that it reveals his little bomb here on his wrist, on his forearm. When I actually open up the bomb plate, it snapped. There's basically, it's a hinge here. It failed completely. It failed catastrophically. So the whole thing snapped off. I thought maybe it came off, maybe it's a pin and socket basically. I thought the pin popped out. So I attempted to put the pin back in, but it cracked. The whole assembly is cracked and it's gone. It's destroyed. And I was so mad about that. That's one of the things that really, really did it for me. Number 2, if you look over here, I kind of pushed in place. You see his disc, his smart disc, which is right here. This disc itself, and I'll kind of take it out so you can see what I'm talking about. I'll hold it up for the camera. This disc itself, I don't know if you can see it, but at the very, very top, there's more material than it should be on the disc. It failed quality control immensely, meaning it's not cut properly. So again, another bad issue. Also, with that being said, I can't even get the disc back into place. That's how bad it is. It's very, very, the material on this disc is extremely gummy. I'll just leave the disc off because I can't even get it back into position now. That's how bad that disc is. The disc, it feels like it's extremely, extremely gummy material, like it didn't cure properly. That's what it feels like to me, just so you'll know. That was number 2. The third point, if you look on his back, you'll see what looks to be a hole. This little hole here. There should be a clip. Basically, think of it as a physical black clip, because the very first Predator figure I had this clip. It was turned about 45 degrees here, so you could attach his spear, which is the collapsed one he's holding right here, or the long spear, the big one across his back. It wasn't even there. That piece was missing. So I looked inside the box, as this box right here, I'll stand him back up, and that piece is not present. It's not there at all. Just so you know. I looked inside here. Oh, he fell down. I looked inside the actual box itself for him, and that's his neck caster, which is another accessory, but that's not an issue at all on this figure. I looked inside the packaging here, and there's no clip at all inside this box. That's another reason I was extremely upset. The fourth and final issue that's wrong with this particular figure is his plasma caster, which is this shoulder cannon that you see right here. The problem is, I'll kind of take off the head so you can see what I'm talking about. if we take off his head, and you can see the track here, it might be difficult to notice, this track right here is much wider than this plasma caster is. So when you get to the top of the track right here, it normally pops off because this track is wider than the size of this peg for the plasma caster. As you can see right here, it's very, very wide to the apex point right there. So I don't know if you can see it, but right there is the issue. And it drove me crazy. It's not holding the plasma caster the way it normally should. So I was like super, super mad about that. Now, could I have done the review for this figure? Yes, I absolutely could have. But I don't think, in my personal opinion, this figure is up to scratch. When I had not one, but two figures with two quality control issues with different parts and different problems, to me, this figure is not up to scratch, and I cannot review this figure properly for you, my audience. My newer subscribers, you have to understand, I try to give not only correct material, but a product that I think that you should actually purchase or maybe even pass on. Is this figure a buy? It absolutely is a buy, in my opinion, as far as the look and the presentation, but the figures I have gotten are horrible, and it's a pass in that respect. The quality control would push me to tell the people, if you get this figure, buyer beware, absolutely, because there's quality control issues with this figure. I had, again, not one, but two different issues, two different sets of problems with two different figures themselves. So that leads me to believe that Neca is very, very cutting corners on their quality control. So definitely I'm letting my subscribers know, buyer, please beware on this figure. Now, let me know in the comment section, please, have you purchased this figure? If you have you ran into other issues? Have you ran into problems? Have you ran into problems similar to the ones I have? Or was your figure okay? In my opinion, I love the way this figure looks, guys. Please understand, I'm not bashing Neca to the point of the way this figure looks. It is a dynamite, phenomenal figure, the way it's presented. But because of all these problems, it just compounded the issue with this figure. So I definitely want to let my subscribers know, buyer beware. Neca, if you're watching this video, you want to reach out to me, you want to fix this problem, hit me up, rookgeekgoodness@gmail.com. If you want to fix this problem, please email me. I would love to talk to you about these problems. Again, didn't happen on one figure, it happened on two different figures. Two completely different figures right off the pegs. This was not like I traded this figure to somebody and there was issues. I bought it right off the peg, and this is what you're presenting to me. A $30 figure. Mind you, it's not a $20 figure. This is a $30 price point figure, guys, and you have this type of quality control issues. I recommend, it's a buy in my respect. I love the way the figure looks, but because of the quality control issues, I have to pass on this figure. I will not make a video for a figure of this magnitude where it has such issues and such problems. I hope you do like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. You may give it a thumbs down, but I'm just telling you my perspective of what I saw for this figure. Remember to click the windows over here to watch more of my content, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, and bye-bye.